As the Phillies head to South Florida with their fans, they're in search of a number of things. They're in search of a little offense. They're in search of a little consistency with their pitching staff. But they're no longer in search of a manager. Tonight, it's game one of a three-game series between the Phils and the Miami Marlins. Earlier today, the Phillies announced that Pete Mackanin is no longer the interim manager. He is now officially the 53rd manager of the Philadelphia Phillies, signed through next year with an option for 2017. Don't forget, Pete was named interim manager on June 26th and has helped build up the energy of this ball club, according to Andy McPhail, and that's one of the reasons why he has been named the skipper officially. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, joined by Ben Davis. We could not be happier that Pete Mackanin is getting an opportunity to be a big league manager on a full-time basis. Next year, he will take the reins in spring training and take it through the 2016 season.
I think it's great. On a ball club with a lot of moving parts, this gives the team a little bit more identity moving forward. I think it's great. The players like him. He commands respects, but he lets them go out and play. They do have fun, but he makes sure they play the game the right way. We witnessed that this past weekend in Atlanta with Odubel Herrera. But I think it's a great fit moving forward. I think he's very comfortable with his coaching staff. I assume that would stay the same. But I think overall it's really good for the Phillies to have this going into spring training next season.
All right, well, speaking of Odubel Herrera, earlier today, Pete Mackanin talked about being named the Phillies manager, and he also addressed the Odubel Herrera situation from the last couple days.
You know, there's only 30 of these jobs in baseball, and I'm very excited. You know, first of all, I'd like to thank Ruben Amaro for putting me in that interim position, because without that, I wouldn't have had this opportunity. And second of all, I'd like to thank Andy McPhail for showing confidence in me. And also, finally, I'd like to thank the players for playing with enthusiasm, even though the wins haven't come very often. The reason I got the job is because of the enthusiastic play that these guys have showed me. 10 or 15 years ago, I would have been, as a younger manager, I would have been gung-ho to really make a statement, really show that I was worthy of being a long-time major league manager. At this point in my career, I just want to do what I think is the best thing for the organization. You know, the fact that I only got 1 year with an option made a lot of sense to me, because without a GM in place, Andy felt that it wasn't fair to whoever that guy may be is strapped with me, even though he might end up liking me and extend me. It makes a lot of sense, and if I was 10 years younger, that wouldn't have sat well with me. But at this point, I'm good with it. I did it because I think it was in his best interest as a young player to understand from the get-go that there's a lot of failure in this game. And for about a week, he hasn't been swinging the bat as well as he's capable of swinging. And he was starting to drag it back a little bit, and he wasn't himself, his energetic self. Then when he threw the bat, I thought this was the time to give him a proverbial slap in the face and teach him a lesson that you got to be a competitor, you got to be a fighter. You can't feel sorry for yourself at this level of baseball. We're out here to win. Everybody wants to win. The coaches want to win. The players want to win. And it's easy to play hard and to be upbeat and energetic when everybody's winning. The hard part is when you're in a slump or the team's losing, and that brings out your true character. And I think he came in my office today and wanted to talk to me and basically apologize. And I told him there was no apology necessary, but I let him know that he's got to play with a professional attitude, and he's going to be a real good player for another 10 or 12 years.
One thing is for sure, there's no bigger fan of Odubel Herrera than Pete Mackanin. He has voiced that over the last couple of weeks, and as he said today, it was a teaching moment for Odubel, and he is in the lineup moving forward. So the Phils and the Marlins, game one of a three-game series. Aaron Harang, he hasn't won in quite a while, making his 27th start against Tom Kohler, making his 29th start. When we return, we'll head back to the Comcast Sportsnet studios. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Where will Toyota take you? Visit buyatoyota.com to find out. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, one deposit checking. Keeping things simple is helping you bank better. By Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at IVX.com. Closed here in Miami, but it has been raining for the last hour outside. In fact, it's been torrential outside. The Marlins, though, have taken the field, and there is Pete Mackanin, who, as we mentioned, is the 53rd, officially the 53rd manager of the Philadelphia Phillies. And as we echoed during the open, we could not be happier for the man for getting a chance to be a manager on a full-time basis. Let's take a look at his lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. Galvis, Altair, and Herrera. Darren Ruff is batting cleanup and playing first. Brian Bogusevic hits fifth. Andres Blanco bats sixth. The bottom third of Kratz, Ashe, and Aaron Harang. They will face right-hander Tom Kohler. Kohler, 29 years old, 6'3", 235 pounds. He's been steady for the Marlins because he's been healthy. This is his 29th start of the season, 30th appearance overall. But really, at the beginning of the year, opening day, Ben, they had these 5 guys. Out of the 5 guys, he's the only one that's been healthy the entire year.
Yes, and as we take a look at the scouting report for Tom Kohler, 91 and 94. He's a 4-pitch pitcher. Decent number against the Phillies, but you're right. He has stayed healthy the remainder of the season. That's why he's 10 and 13 with a subpar 4 ERA. So he's been pretty consistent for these fish.
He's held the last 3 opponents to 14 hits and an earned run average of 2.25. Time now for our Nissan keys to the game.
Well, for me, pretty simple. Don't set the table. D. Gordon, got to keep him off the pillows. He will wreak havoc on the defense, and don't miss your pitch. This Phillies team missed a lot of good pitches to hit in that series in Atlanta. Have to take advantage of one up in the zone today.
Unbelievably low numbers in the series against the Braves. So the first pitch of the night is in there. We're underway. Count is no balls and 1 strike. Phillies hit 170 in the series against the Braves. Freddie Galvis was 1 for 12. Fouls it back to the screen, and it's 0-2.
And when Freddie Galvis doesn't hit the Braves, you know you have some problems because he kills the Braves.
Galvis 1 for his last 19 beyond the series against Atlanta as he takes it in the dirt. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Allison Amrine of Philadelphia. Phillies hit home run in today's ball game. Allison will win $300.
Good luck, Allison.
Curveball tapped in front of the mound. Kohler's got it. 1 out here in the top of the first. And that'll bring Aaron Altair to the plate. Tom Kohler, we mentioned the last 3 opponents. He has an ERA of 2.25. The opposition for the year is hitting .316 against him with runners in scoring position. That's not good.
No, it's not.
From a pitcher standpoint. But the last 3 starts, the opposition's hitting just .154 with runners in scoring position. Inside to Altair. Aaron is 5 for his last 31, hitting a .161 during that time. Overall, 228, 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in.
Did have a tough day on Sunday, going 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, and did spark a little bit of a rally for the Phillies in the 9th inning.
Phillies lost all 3 games by a score of 2-1, and quite honestly, all 3 were different personality 2-1 losses, culminating with Sunday's attempt for a perfect game by Julio Teheran.
It really came down to runners in scoring position. It's plagued the Phillies all season.
There's a liner out toward left center field. That's going to be in for a base hit. Going to the wall, and Altair is on his way to second. And he'll be there standing with his 7th double here in the big leagues. So he's in scoring position.
Perfect example of working yourself into a good count, getting your pitch like I talked about. It's one of the keys. Don't miss your pitch. Putting a good swing on it and lining it to the left center gap. It's a great at bat there by Aaron. I know it's easier said than done. Well, he worked himself. Well, he still got into a 3-1 count and got a pitch up and drove it.
Well, we talk so much about the experience these kids will garner because of playing here in the big leagues. You know, for Altair, he could just hit the ground running next year because he's going to have a chance to be an everyday outfielder. I don't know which position, but he'll have a chance to be in the outfield on an everyday basis. Here's Odubel back in the lineup, and he takes outside. You heard Pete talk before, and he even reiterated it to us that Odubel and even Freddie Galvis. Both came into his office at different times today. Odubel came in to apologize for the way he has been, as Pete called it, pouting over the last several days. Little dribbler foul, and it's 1-1. And that brings us to our Geico quote of the day. Pete on Herrera. I thought this was a tremendous quote, by the way. Boys play Little League and men play Major League Baseball. We will not pout. We will not feel sorry for ourselves. If you want to, then you don't belong here. He had to learn a lesson. To me, he's been pouting for a few days. So I just wanted to make sure he gets the message.
I believe he did.
It does seem like he got the message. In the dirt, 2-1.
I was talking with Jeff Francoeur today, and he said that, being a veteran on the ball club, he said Odubel came in and wanted to put his turf shoes on. And Frenchie sat down and said, "You're not going anywhere." He goes, "You're going to sit right there. You're going to keep your nails on, and you're going to watch this ball game." And he said, to his credit, he sat there, he watched the ball game, he rooted on his teammates, and he said that's good to see out of a youngster. And that's why having a veteran presence like Frenchie is so big.
Well, if you talk to Francoeur, he will admit that there were times this year where he thought there's no way this kid's going to be able to last with this attitude. He said, but the more I'm around him, the more I love the kid. So you just can't dislike him. And it is true. Up high, ball 4, so he draws a walk, and that puts 2 runners on here in the first inning.
Here we go. Runners in scoring position. The Phillies can get out to an early lead, give Aaron Harang somewhat of a cushion. It's always a lot easier, especially for a veteran guy, to be able to pitch with a lead.
Particularly a veteran guy, as you heard Marshall and Ricky Batalga talk about, hasn't won in a little bit of time. Here's Darren Ruff. Ruff was 2 for 11 in the series against the Braves. Fastball, and it's 0-1. All right, now you're 1 for your last 19 with runners in scoring position. Your approach doesn't change, though, if you're Darren Ruff.
No. I think Darren's approach really is pretty consistent. I mean, he's in that lineup for a reason.
In the dirt, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. That's the breaking ball from Kohler.
Now, you're not in that 4-hole to move runners along and push balls to the right side. You're in that 4-hole for a reason.
But when you got a guy in scoring position, I mean, if you saw a fastball right away, you want to go after it right away, don't you?
I'd like to.
That one's over the screen, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Of course, I always wanted to hit the fastball before I saw anything spinning.
In the dirt, 2-2. That breaking ball has been down in the dirt a couple times.
And that's a good take there by Darren Ruff. Noticing that ball right out of Kohler's hand, recognizing the spin, and really not even budging on that breaking ball.
The runners take their lead, not being held on. Runner goes from second, I should say. The throw goes right on by the third baseman, Solano, down the left field line. Altair will score. Herrera goes to third. The Phillies take a 1-0 lead. Well, you're struggling with runners in scoring position. Put those runners in motion. It'll be a stolen base and an E2. A stolen base for each base runner.
Yes.
And an E2.
And I think if this throw's on the bag, I think Aaron Altair is out. I mean, that throw was there in plenty of time. Realmuto just hooks this. I mean, you can see here, Aaron Altair is not even in the picture. But it works out for the Phillies. You got 1 point for the good guys and runner at third with less than 2 outs.
Well, and Odubel put himself in position to, maybe even score all the way from first. I mean, he was moving. to the third base bag before Mizarok stopped him. 3-2 pitch, and it's a call. Strike 3. I think Darren was trying to sell it, but that looked like a really good pitch from Kohler.
He was trying to sell it, but you're given a run there. A ball has to be put into play. And this is just a fastball away. It's a good pitch. That pitch has to be just put in play because the infield's back and they're giving you a run.
Well, now it's 2 outs and Bogusevic is up, and Brian lifts it in the air to right center field. Christian Yelich, the Gold Glover, makes the catch. Side is retired. Phillies are fortunate that they scored the 1 on the throwing error by Real Muto. So Kohler allows 1 run and leaves 1. Aaron Altair scores the game's first. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. Looks like this. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Well, we'll get to it in a second. Official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. We'll get to it in a second because D. Gordon is ready to go. First pitch is lifted to shallow left center or left field, excuse me. Altair on the run makes the catch. And now the rest of the Marlins lineup. After D. Gordon, it's Donovan Solano, then Christian Yelich. Justin Bour, the first baseman, bats cleanup. Marcell Ozuna hits 5th. Derek Dietrich 6th. JT Realmuto will bat 7th. Batting 8th and playing shortstop Miguel Rojas. And batting 9th and pitching, of course, is Kohler. Facing Aaron Harang, 5-15 on the year. Has not won since July 30th against the Atlanta Braves. He is 0-4 during that time with an ERA of 7.80. Ben Davis.
As we look at the scouting report for Aaron, not too good against the Fish over his career. 5-7 with a 6 ERA. He's a 5-pitch pitcher and needs to command that fastball in and out, up and down.
1 ball, 1 strike to Solano, who's playing third base for the injured Martin Prado. Solano was 0-1 in the series against the Nationals. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes, a fastball at the knees. Eric Kratz is doing the catching tonight for Aaron Harang. A little different look. It's normally Carlos Ruiz or Cameron Rupp. Kratz, though, has good numbers against Tom Kohler, and the Phillies need some offense. Just a bit outside, 91 miles an hour on that fastball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Out towards second base, under the glove of Andres Blanco. Ball was hit sharply, but it's a play that should have been made, so I would think the scorer will score that E4, but we shall see.
I believe this is going to go down as a hit, but we'll see how they score it.
They have scored it a base hit.
Yep.
All right, why, Ben Davis?
Well, first of all, it was hit extremely hard. Secondly, anytime you go to a knee or slide after a baseball, they'll usually give you a knock.
But what if he didn't need to slide or go to a knee?
He still did. He still did.
Here's Christian Yelich. Yelich, 291 hitter with 7 home runs. And a pitch low. It's 1-0. Yelich lines it to center field. Odubel Herrera is right there to make the catch. And 2 outs. Gordon and Yelich not wasting any time. Justin Bour's coming up. Well, it was a good day for the Phillies. If you're a fan of Pete Mackanin, and we are fans of Pete Mackanin, the players seem to be very optimistic, Murph, about Pete getting a chance to manage this team on a full-time basis next year.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, Tom. And I think everybody that has gotten to know the man, Pete Mackanin, is very happy for him. You know, you said that in the open, and I think we can all reiterate that. But it was really interesting listening to Pete talk about this opportunity and getting a chance to do this, because for the first time in his baseball career, a baseball career that has spanned 5 decades, he is going to get an opportunity to do something he has never done before. As a manager, he's going to be able to set spring training the way he wants to see it set. He will be in charge down there in Clearwater. He's never gotten a chance to do that before. He's been an interim manager before, of course, in 2005 with the Pirates, 2007 with the Reds, and of course with the Phillies as well. But spring training has never been in his wheelhouse. He's going to get an opportunity in Clearwater this year, as he said, to implement the things that he wants to implement and do the things that he wants to do. And it's quite remarkable when you think about a career that is approaching 50 years in baseball, that he's going to have a chance to do something that he's never done before.
Justin Bour takes on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, as Murph said, Pete's been an interim before. He's been a minor league manager a number of times, but when you're a minor league manager, spring training is set by the major league manager. 1 ball, 1 strike to Justin Bour. Little toss over to first base. And talking to the coaching staff, Larry Boa, Juan Samuel, they're all very happy for Pete. Now, Sammy, as Andy McPhail went on to say, was also talked to about the potential of being the Phillies manager. But Andy did say, and he'll talk to Murph a little later on, Andy did say that Pete had the upper hand because he was the interim manager. But the players seem to be very happy about it as well. The young players have enjoyed having Pete around, guys like Freddie Galvis, guys like Odubel Herrera, because, you know, he's pretty relaxed. He communicates well, and that's a big thing. That's
a huge dynamic, I think, that has changed a little bit since Ryan Sandberg was here, and the fact that, you know, Pete's, I think, maybe a little bit better communicator, and this, it may sound like a little thing, but I think the fact that Pete can speak Spanish helps out a lot. There's a lot of Latin players on the ball club. It helps tremendously. It makes them feel more comfortable as well.
1 ball, 2 strike. Fastball is cut on and missed, and Bour is down swinging. Side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. We'll go to the second. Phillies on top, 1-0. for a 3-game series. It'll be the last opportunity for the Phils and the Mets to get together Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. All 3 games are at 7:05. Tickets can be purchased for the final homestand by going to Phillies.com. Here's Andres Blanco. Andres was 3 for 11 in the series against the Braves. First pitch is over, and it's 0-1. Andres hitting .294. His career numbers here at Marlins Park. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
The first good breaking ball that Tom Kohler has thrown in this ball game. That one actually started as a strike and broke down out. Threw a couple to Darren Ruff that just Freddie that just kind of spit on them.
Up and in. 1-2. Kohler was an 18th round selection by the Miami Marlins out of Stony Brook University. See, that breaking ball was the one that we saw in the first inning, which was out of the strike zone. Tonight's ball game is also available in Spanish. Just use the SAP button on your television or change the language through the menu on your cable box.
See,
Phil and Angel are calling tonight's ball game. Fastball down and away. 3-2.
Kohler a 4-pitch pitcher, but really just shown the 2 thus far.
Fastball outside. Andres Blanco wasn't sure. That's the second walk issued by Kohler. Going to bring Eric Kratz to the plate. Well, the Mets have a 6.5 game lead over the Washington Nationals. 21 ahead of the Marlins. Marlins were officially eliminated, in case you were wondering, this past Sunday. Braves at 60 and 91, 25.5 games back, and then the Phils. Phils 6 losses away from 100 for the season. Kratz rips one. Deep. Foul, but into the upper deck.
And alive.
We should see how long that ball is going to sit up there. Right there.
Feeling froggy, Kratzy. Go ahead and jump. Man, I have no problem with that. I love it.
Blanco did not have a big lead. He goes diving back.
You take a big swing, you feel good, you barrel the ball, you obviously hook it, but who cares? It's 0-1. Still got 2 more.
Swing and a miss. Throws him a slider, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, that one had some bite on it.
Yes, it did.
Kratz was hitting .312 down in the minor leagues with Lehigh Valley. He has spent time with 4 organizations this year. Phillies being the final one. Kansas City, Seattle, Boston. And back to the Phillies for the end of this season.
Racking up his frequent flyers.
Somehow he got a piece of that. I don't know how, but somehow he got a piece of it.
From our vantage point, it looked like he swung through the last 2. I think that's a big reason why he's in there against Tom Kohler. 3 for 3 with a far one.
Fastball and a called strike 3. Well, it's the second time that Kohler has frozen a Phillies hitter with just a fastball. He got Ruff looking for strikeout number 1, and now gets Eric Kratz looking on that fastball.
I think Kratzy got caught in the middle looking for an all-speed pitch here. Good pitch down and away, but locked him up.
Another throw over to first. Cody Ashe's the batter. Ashe 1 for 8 in the series against the Braves. A lot of 1-fers in the series against the Braves. I guess that's the case when you hit 170 as a team. Phillies at 170 with 2 extra base hits. They left 19 runners on base during the 3-game series.
The one night they were 0 for 11. Friday night?
Correct. 0 for 11 and then 0 for 3. Inside 2-0. That one's ripped out to second on one hop off the glove of D. Gordon into right field. Blanco puts the brakes on, and he'll stop at second base. So the Phillies have runners on first and second with 1 man down.
Wise decision there by Andres Blanco. Ozuna has an absolute bazooka in right field. A very wise decision to just stay there, give Aaron Harang a chance to bunt himself and Cody Ashe to scoring position. So remember, I got called up. My first game ever starting in the big leagues was at Dodger Stadium. And Tim Flannery, third base coach, he said, listen, this is Raul Mondesi playing right field. He said, listen, he's got to tell you, right field, the man has the best arm on the planet. Don't go anywhere. He said the planet.
And Harang does get the bunt down. Back toward Kohler on the mound. Sacrifice is successful. Phillies have runners on second and third. 1-4 on the putout. Second and third with 2 men down, and Freddie Galvis is coming up. Well, Marcell Ozuna does not have the best arm on the planet.
No.
But he does have a good one.
But a good one. Going back to that hit by Cody Ashe, I like that. He got a 2-0 count, and he just didn't swing just to swing, just because it was a 2-0 count. It was a pitch that he thought he could hit hard and pull hard, and he did both. I think a lot of guys, I did it a couple times in my career. I know you get a 2-0, 3-0, 3-1 count, and you're thinking, oh, he's going to groove one. You end up swinging at his pitch at 2-0 and 3-1 and getting out.
Galvis takes a fastball. He grounded out his first time up. Number foul behind the plate. 0-2.
I'd like to see Freddie in these remaining games really kind of get back to what he was doing earlier in the season, and that's staying up the middle, taking his hits left field. He seems like he's getting a little pull crazy, especially from that left side, and making a lot of outs to the right side of the diamond.
Yeah, these are, as Matt even talked about last week, and you've talked about, you can't give these at-bats away, particularly in the last 12 games of the season. You know, for Galvis, if you want to look at it individually, he's under 260 now. He's at 259, but you know, finishing in the 260s looks a whole lot better. Ground ball back toward the middle, and it sneaks into center field, a base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes Ashe. He'll score, and it's now 3-0 Phillies on top.
Ask and you shall receive, Tom. A lot of hits up the middle. A lot of hits the other way. And that was even better because it was a breaking ball, which means he really stayed back. Stayed inside it and hit up the middle. Put balls in play. Good things can happen. Nice job by Aaron Harang in that bunt down.
Yeah, that was big because instead of 1 in scoring position, you had 2, and now a 3-run cushion. And Altair, who doubled his first time up, is up for the second time. Fouls it back. That was a good rip, and it's 0-2. Jet. No balls and 2 strikes to Altair. In the dirt, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Aaron Altair down in the minor leagues had 14 home runs, 67 runs batted in. Couple that with the 3 home runs here in the big leagues, 11 RBIs. Not a bad season for the young outfielder. Takes a fastball just a bit low. Actually, that may have been a slider.
Good peepers there. Kohler wanted that one. Turned his back on Mark Wegner at home plate. Never a good thing to do.
Outside 3-2. Runner goes, pitches a check swing, and he went around. Strikeout of Altair wraps up the second inning. But the Phils get 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave 1. Freddie Galvis, a 2-run single, gives Aaron Harang a 3-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the second. Clark, and Eagles fan Eric Erock, whose video message to Chip Kelly has gone viral. The best way to start your day is with Breakfast on Broad. Weekday morning 6 until 8 over on the Comcast Network. Here the Phillies lead at 3-0. We move to the bottom of the second. Aaron Harang will face Marcell Ozuna, Derek Dietrich, and JT Realmuto. Ozuna 6 for 23 in the series against the Nationals. Ben, you've been in this position before. I don't know if it's unsettling or not for a player, but the last couple of days there was an article that appeared in the local paper, the Miami Herald, about Marcell Ozuna, and in it talked about how Jeffrey Loria, the owner of the Marlins, wants him traded during this offseason. He certainly has not achieved the expectations, like a lot of the Marlins players, has not achieved the expectations that everybody expected as he hits that one sharply past Freddie Galvis.
No, he hasn't, and there's been some questions about his work ethic, his desire to go out and compete on a daily basis. The talent is there. The raw skills are there. We saw it. The guy that came up was supposed to fill in from Double-A for a couple days, and he just went to town. He's got the talent. But every time your owner, not your manager, not your general manager, the owner says something about you negatively like that in the papers, That has to be very disconcerting.
Here's Derek Dietrich. Dietrich playing left field, hitting .257 with 10 home runs. Yeah, at the start of the year, it was Stanton in right, Ozuna in center, Yelich in left. Arguably one of the best offensive outfields in the National League and one of the best defensive outfields in the National League. Stanton's hurt with the hamate bone, out a long time and may not be back. Yelich is now playing center, and Dietrich is playing left field and may be the left fielder next year. One ball and one strike.
Yelich won a Gold Glove in left field. And now he's in center with a heck of a lot more ground to cover at this ballpark.
Martin Prado, Adeiny Echeverria, two of the other injured players for the Marlins. One ball, one strike to Dietrich. Anyway, I guess you can look at it two ways if you're Ozuna. All right, if you get traded, you're still playing. If you're effective, you're in the big leagues. But if you're Marcell Ozuna, do you want to be here where you have this core outfield that on paper still has a chance to be one of the best in the National League?
And do you want to be here where you know the owner doesn't want you to be here?
Well, that's the other part of it. Do you
mentally, that's tough.
I guess what I'm saying is as a player, do you look at it and say, all right, I'm challenged, or do you look at it and say, all right, I'll go somewhere else?
I just think you have to try not to think about it or let it affect you and just go out and worry about what you do between those lines for 9 innings every day. A lot easier said than done.
One ball, two strikes to Dietrich with nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Broken bat, Looper back over the mound. Galvis has it, and a double play.
Tom, I couldn't tell. Was he jammed there?
I do believe that he was jammed a little.
Oh, jam.
Kind of scared Aaron Harangues was coming back at him.
That ball may have pine tar on it. Watch how in this gets on Derek Dietrich. Ooh. That is tough, and it's about as easy 6-3 double play as you ever see.
Here's Real Muto. Real Muto had 6 hits in the series against the Nationals. He's starting to churn again offensively. His average up to 252. Hitting .359 over his last dozen or so games.
That's odd to see out of a catcher who plays every day. In the last couple weeks of September. It's good to see, though.
And he does play every day.
Yes, he does.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, yesterday it was the Blue Jays who defeated the Yankees. Tonight, the Yankees have taken a 2-0 lead. Jacoby Ellsbury 2 for 2 with a couple of doubles, a run scored. David Price is making a run at the Cy Young.
You just took the words out of my mouth, Tom.
Pretty darn good. Jays lead the Yankees by 3.5 games. Yankees are sitting atop the wild card, though.
Do you believe it's between Keuchel and Price?
I do, yes.
The two lefties.
Yes, I do. I think that's it. You know, Dallas Keuchel has pitched very well this year, and you know they may not be sitting atop the division at this point, but he has done a very nice job for the Astros.
And to do it in that bandbox
as a lefty. Ground ball toward shortstop and toward the hole, and it's past Freddie Galvis. Second hit of the inning for the Marlins. And Miguel Rojas is coming up. It's now time for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use the hashtag #PhillyPhotoDataStrongFan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. Brought to you by T-Mobile. Just from a comparison standpoint, David Price is combined for 16 wins. Keuchel with a league-leading 18. Keuchel with a league-leading 219 innings. And he's on pace for, you know, a 230-inning season.
ERA
of 2.51.
To Price's.
Let me combine Prices between the Yankees and and the Blue Jays.
Tigers and Blue Jays.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Tigers and Blue Jays. He has pitched well against the Yankees. Also, he never pitched well against the Yankees, at least with the Tigers, David Price. But with the Blue Jays, he has pitched well against the Yankees. Ground ball to second. Blanco knocks it down from his knees, throws to first in time, and the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 man left. By the way, David Price 17-5. And ERA 2.34. We leave on a high note defensively. Andres Blanco, a strong throw after getting the ball and popping up. Go to the fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. The question is, Ben, which 3 defensive positions did Darren Daulton play besides catcher?
3 defensive positions?
Yeah, besides catcher.
Man alive.
Answer will be revealed a little later on.
Dutch, I hope I don't let you down, buddy.
Odubel Herrera is walking to the plate. Let's check in with Greg Murphy, who's with Andy McPhail.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Yes, here with the incoming president for the Phillies, Andy McPhail, and well, a big day in the organization today as you decide Pete Mackanin is your man going forward for 2016. So, can you take us through that decision? What made you get to this point and make the announcement today?
I think there are 2 major factors. The first is we were satisfied with the leadership that Pete provides, more than satisfied. We thought the energy level moved up when he came on board. I think what Pete's demonstrated is that, you know, he's light. He'll let the players develop, but when he sees something he doesn't like, he can be strict and he can sort of keep them within the lines. And I think he's a good fit for what we're trying to do.
What about the timing of the decision? Because you alluded to it a little bit at the press conference a couple of weeks ago that you'd like to have somebody in place probably before even the general manager gets hired here in Philadelphia. So when did you know that Pete was your man and that he was the guy that could take him forward?
Well, I think my concern was that if we go on a general manager search, that's going to be probably a few to several week process. And then if he should or she should want to come in, make a managerial change, that's a 3 or 4 week process. Then you're going to spend 2 weeks trying to create a coaching staff. And you're going to end up losing half your off season just to sort of be at a place where everybody is starting from zero. I didn't think we should lose that amount of time, particularly when we had somebody very capable and competent on board.
You talked about Pete's relationship with the players, and talking with a couple of guys today, they seem excited to know that Pete's going to be the guy going forward. How much of that came into play in your decision, knowing that he had the backing of the clubhouse for the most part?
Well, the backing of the clubhouse is important, but it's just as important, if not more important, that he has the complete backing and support of the front office. And we need to give him the same energy, effort, and enthusiasm we're asking of the players. to support him. And it takes out all the uncertainty of the offseason. Pete can hit the ground running in terms of his spring training prep. The real good managers I've been around, they are obsessive about spring training. They feel like the foundation of what is created over the course of the next 162 games starts right there in spring training.
It's funny you say that. It's one of the things that Pete talked about at length today in the dugout when talking with the media. Excited about the opportunity to put together a spring training for the very first time in his baseball career that spans almost 5 decades. So he's going to get a chance to do something new in that. How much will you rely on him and his experiences this year in the short time that he has been the manager as you move forward to making personnel decisions?
Well, always you want the input of your manager. Absolutely. He has to live with the results. So it's essential that your manager be part of the decision-making process. At the end of the day, that the ultimate responsibility lies on the front office. But generally, you definitely want the manager's opinion. It's funny you mentioned spring training. After Scott and I offered him the opportunity to continue, his first emotion was gratitude. But then after about 5 minutes, the wheels were turning. He was already thinking beyond us and thinking about spring training and things.
And you would have it no other way.
No, absolutely.
Andy, we appreciate your time. Congratulations on getting your man for 2016, and best of luck.
Thank you much.
All right, guys, back to you.
All right, Murph, thank you. We appreciate that. And as Andy alluded to, the search for the general manager, part of it is going to be extensive. Now, he did divulge today that he has had one interview already with a potential general manager. He would not share who that is, but that's the first step in finding a general manager to work with him and work with Pete in putting together the club for 2016. Here's Andres Blanco after the single by Bogusevic, and Blanco takes low, 1 ball, no strikes.
I can't imagine any general manager coming in and not being comfortable with Pete Mackanin as the skipper moving forward for next season. I can't imagine that happening.
Runner goes, pitches outside, throw to second base is not in time. Bogusevic has his first stolen base of the year. Well, I think Pete was funny though when he was on Philly Sports Talk today. I mean, he was honest. He said, well, it's a 1-year deal, so if the new GM doesn't like me, then he can make a change, but maybe he will like me. 2 balls, no strikes to Blanco, who walked his first time up and scored a run. Changeup outside. Kohler throws his changeup just 4% of the time, according to our stats, which are provided by Bloomberg Sports.
Andres with some quick feet there. I was not looking for a 2-0 changeup.
And there's ball 4, so he walks on 4 pitches this time, and the Phillies once again have 2 base runners against Kohler, and it brings Eric Kratz to the plate.
Eric saw a couple fastballs, a couple breaking balls, eventually got dotted down and away for a called 3rd strike. So I think he knows it, has a good idea of how Kohler's going to go about attacking him.
Well, he certainly wasn't going to give him a fastball to start.
No, he wasn't. That ball is still up there, by the way.
Last time we were here, there was a ball that was hit into the upper deck over the Marlins dugout. And after the ball game, somebody had picked it up. We were debating on whether to go over there. 2 balls, no strikes to Kratz. Outside, 3-0.
I would say he's got the green light here.
Boy, Dan Jennings is wasting no time. He has Chuck Hernandez going to the phone. They've got, like everybody else at this point of the year, a surplus of pitchers. There's a strike.
You hear that phone ringing from here.
In the background, you can hear it. It is as loud as you have ever heard a phone.
In the dugout today, I thought it was a fire alarm. It scared the heck out of me.
Ground ball to third. He jammed him. They go to short way to get Blanco at second base. Side is retired. 5-4 on the putout. No runs. One hit and two men left. Middle of the third. Phillies 3, Marlins nothing. Aaron Harang goes back to work. All fry for just $2.50. McDonald's, I'm loving it. And buy Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers and our most exciting lineup ever. Shop Nissan.com. Last of the third inning. Aaron Harang has allowed 3 hits so far. And he will face the pitcher, Tom Kohler, and then the top of the order. Kohler hitting $133 this year. Takes a strike. It's 0-1. 6 for 45. Oh, and 2. And strike 3 called. First strikeout, or second strikeout, excuse me, for Aaron Harang. And 1 away. Well, the Phillies have not seen the last of the Miami Marlins. They'll be in Philadelphia to wrap up the regular season. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of October. Sunday, the 4th, is Fan Appreciation Day. 2016 Phillies schedule magnet will be given out to all fans. And there'll be plenty of surprises and giveaways on that final day of the season. Get your tickets anytime by going to Phillies.com as D. Gordon takes low. It's 1-0.
D. Gordon first pitch swinging to lead off the ball game. Flew out to Aaron Altherr in left field. We like those first pitch outs.
Yeah, particularly when it's D. Gordon, because he's hitting .389 against the Phillies. This past weekend, the Marlins played the Nationals, and it's Gordon and Bryce Harper. I don't want to say that they're battling for the batting title, because Harper would really have to go into a tailspin to lose the opportunity to win the batting title. But D. Gordon had a decent weekend, decent road trip. But Harper was able to keep pace. That one just missed somewhere. Ball 4. And now you keep an eye on D. Gordon, who has 53 stolen bases and is trailing the injured Billy Hamilton. Hamilton most likely will not play the rest of the year. So D. Gordon is going to try to catch him and pass him. for the stolen base crown in the National League.
Who do you think is faster?
Boy, that's a good question. We don't see Billy Hamilton as much as we see D. Gordon. I think Billy Hamilton is faster. I think D. Gordon is and they're both young, is a little smarter base runner.
I think Hamilton is quicker. I think D. Gordon from first to home is faster.
Oh, he nearly got picked off. Well, Billy Hamilton has 57 stolen bases. D. Gordon has 53.
This is very close. He does get to that outside corner.
Yeah, I don't even know if he ever tagged him.
Yeah. You like to get that and just slap it on him. Good move there by Aaron Harang. Aaron's, we know the size of Aaron Harang. He's a big man, but quick feet there by the big fella.
Listed at 6'7", 260 pounds. Here are the leaders in the National League in stolen bases. Charlie Blackmon with 40 swipes. A.J. Pollock has 36. Still, there has not been a pitch thrown to Donovan Solano in this at bat.
What's the count?
That's like a Simon Says thing right there. Slide step and a fastball, and it's 0-1. Pete Mackanin giving the signals to control the running game to Eric Kratz. Kratz has a very strong arm. Sometimes he doesn't pop all the way up to that big frame to fire to second base. Gordon inches off first. He does not go. Pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, when catchers do that, the pitch will dictate whether the catchers that are able to do it throw from their knees, but the pitch will dictate how either you get up or you stay down in that crouch and just fire it from your knees. Obviously, if you get a pitch up in the zone, you're going to get to your feet and chuck it.
I marvel at his command from throwing from a catcher's position and not popping up. Just missed off the outside corner. 3 straight fastballs, and it's 1-2. The next best pitch for Harang with 2 strikes is the slider. Let's see if he goes with it here. If he does, it might be a good opportunity for Gordon to go.
Yeah. I don't know if the Phillies will pitch out. They did get D. Gordon earlier in the season on a pitch out. Cameron Rupp got him.
Kratz is setting up inside. Gordon doesn't go, and the pitch fouled away.
Pitchers in this situation just have to make sure that you are up 3-0. You still want to make an effective pitch. You don't have to worry about D. Gordon. If he steals second base, so be it. But you want to make sure you make a good quality pitch, especially in this count. You have him down in the count. You just don't want to rush something and leave something up.
Ground ball toward third. It's a fair ball. Diving stop. Cody Ashley quickly to first base, right past Aaron Rupp. D. Gordon will go to third. First and third with 1 man down. Heck of a stop by Cody Ashley, because Gordon would have scored, I would think, if that ball got past Cody Ashley.
Good backup by Brian Bogusevic as well. I think Cody may have had a little bit more time than he originally thought. And Solano runs decently, but he's not D. Gordon fast.
That would have been close.
Yeah.
Well, they scored a single and an E5. The E5 to allow Gordon to go to third. Here's Yelich with one man down. Runners on first and third. 3-0 Phillies. And Kratz goes out to chat with Harang. It's a shame because he was ahead 0-2 on Donovan Solano. Marlins were 1 for 24 with runners in scoring position against the Washington Nationals.
Yelich did hit a ball very, very hard to Odubel Herrera, his first at bat.
On the inside corner, 0-2.
Watching Yelich take BP today, I was talking to one of the hitting coaches for the Marlins, Frank Menachino, and Yelich was yanking a few balls way in the upper tank in right field, and he looked at me and he goes, "Yeah, this guy just learned how to pull a ball." I said, "Really? At 23, you just learned?"
In the dirt, good play by Kratz. Everybody stays.
Nice play.
Well, I mean, you think back to that story that Ryan Sandberg has always said, that it wasn't until he went to Chicago when Jim Fry taught him how to pull a baseball.
A lot of people think, well, all you have to do to pull a baseball, you see, Frank, all you have to do to pull a baseball is get the bat head out and try and yank it. No, a lot more goes into it than just that.
Fly ball foul. It'll slice out of play.
It's about being quicker inside and not, you know, once you see that pitch in there, really try and turn on it. Use your hips a little bit more. Stay connected with your backside, that back elbow. Anybody can get up there and just try and yank everything and pull everything. But then you tend to get out and around the baseball.
1-2 to Christian Yelich. Infield back. They'll concede the run. Fastball that runs up. 2-2. Almost got him to offer at that breaking pitch, that slider. But instead it's 3-2.
Well, if it does go down or Yelich hits this into a double play, Aaron Harang will have Eric Kratz to thank. A couple balls in the dirt that he was able to block. Keep the double play in order. Yeah, really pinching the middle was Andres and Freddie.
Inside, ball 4, and that'll load up the bases for Justin Bour. First walk issued, or second walk issued by Aaron Harang. Well, Bour struck out his first time up. 67 RBIs for Bour. Should say 62. 263 hitter, 18 home runs, 62 runs batted in.
Throw you a ground ball here, Aaron.
Good spot with that fastball. 92. The outside part of the plate. Bour thought it was low.
Could read his lips. That's not a strike.
Mark Wagner's the home plate umpire. Little dribbler right in front of the plate. Kratz steps on the home plate area and then throws to first. A double play. You're not going to see many double plays like that. It went, I don't know, 2 feet. He picked it up, stepped on the plate.
I think it was 1.5 feet.
2-3 on the double play of the side is retired. The struggles for the Marlins continue with runners in scoring position. We played 3 on to the 3rd. It's 3-0 Phillies on top. Coffee K-Cup pods. Great tasting coffee at amazingly low prices. Delivered free the very same day when you order by 11:30 a.m. WB Mason knocks it out of the park. Who but WB Mason? Well, here are the 2 pitches that Justin Bour saw. One he didn't like. The other one he decided to swing at. Probably because of the first one.
Well, the first pitch, that's what a veteran pitcher can do. The first pitch, Bour thinks it's down and away. We read his lips. He said, that is not a strike. The second pitch, he said, you know what? If you're going to call this pitch, I'm going to go ahead and swing at it because I don't want to go 0-2. Taps it right in front of the plate. That's what a veteran pitcher will do. He will keep expanding that strike zone, gets a double play, much needed.
Yeah, and if you're a veteran pitcher, you just trust yourself a little bit more than, let's say, a younger guy. Trust yourself that, all right, he called it once. I'm going to go out there again, and I'm going to see if he'll call it a second time.
And Aaron will tell you, if you give me that pitch, I will keep expanding how much the umpire is going to give me and how much the hitter will give me. Obviously, maybe Mark Wagner was a little lenient on that first pitch, but veteran guys can keep chasing you out there.
Well, it's a surefire double play for Justin Bour. Curveball outside, 2-1 to Ashe.
I'm going to ask Aaron tomorrow. He's 37 years old. I'm going to see if he ever had a bases loaded double play 2-3. You never see it.
No. There's a high fly ball deep to right field. Forget about it. That's going to be in the upper tank. A solo home run for Cody Ashe. It's his 10th of the year. It's 4-0 Phillies on top.
Wicked fly. Man alive. 2 for 2 for Cody Ashe. Bullet over D. Gordon's head, his first at bat. And this ball is driven. Sweet swing. Smooth.
Speaking of smooth, Aaron Harang fouls the ball off to the right, and it's 0-1. Aaron had a big at bat his first time up with a sacrifice bunt. Chopper back toward the middle, waiting for it is Rojas.
That's good effort by Aaron. Not the fleetest of foot, but he gave 100%. And obviously, he's not running too fast, but good effort by Aaron Harang. It's like Bo's letting Cody Ashe happen in the dugout. Probably say, you know what, Cody? Can I honestly say I never hit a ball that far.
You think that's actually what he's saying?
No chance. Cody seems to be amused by what Bo's saying, though.
Freddie Galvis bunts to the right side. It's a nice bunt because nobody's covering first. And he's going to get there as the ball goes whizzing right on by Tom Kohler. It'll be a base hit. And Galvis is 2 for 3.
What a weapon.
Perfectly placed.
What a weapon to have. I think a lot of the guys at the top, Odubel, even Cesar Hernandez, before he went on the DL, Freddie, I think a lot of these guys have gotten away from that bunt.
Absolutely. Well, here is our GMC precision play of the game.
Bring it with you, Freddie. He was close to being out of the box right there, too. I mean, he was very close, but play's not even close at all at first base. Freddie may have gotten a chance to go to second, but that is your GMC precision play of the game.
Altair takes down and away. 1 ball, no strikes.
I wonder if Bo was talking to him about the play at third, the throwing area by Cody Ashe.
I think he was talking about his swing. I think he was talking about how aggressive the swing was. I really do.
Okay.
I know that, you know, Larry will most times talk more defense than offense.
Right.
But I think he was talking about the swing.
Could have been. I do like the aggressiveness. I like the effort he put into it.
Foul ball, and it's 2-2.
Saw Cody did get into a couple good counts in Atlanta. I think he just went after the pitch too hard. That was just a smooth swing.
Well, I think that's what he may have been reminding him about. You know, when you're talking about swinging too hard, just swing nice and easy. I mean, that's easier said than done, but as that ball gets away from Bohr and Galvis slowly goes to second, he better get there, and he is out. Now they're going to say that he was interfered with. Well, maybe he knew something.
He's trying to get around Bohr at first base.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I'm watching him run to second. I'm like, he's not going full speed. Why is he not going full speed? Because there was no signal, and then you saw the first base umpire and the second base umpire both signal.
He knew something you didn't know, Tom.
See right there, boom, and there's the point. So that's a good call by the first base umpire. Whew. It'll go down as an error to Tom Kohler. That's the 4th error of the season for Kohler, who strikes out Aaron Altair. And there are 2 outs.
Let's see if Odubel can get him in with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. See a ball in one of those gaps. Watch him run.
Curveball, good pitch. That's a good first pitch. Slices it foul. Yeah. And quickly it's 0-2.
Good sound effect there, Tom.
Very. My sound effect?
I liked it.
Yeah. It was whizzing toward a couple of unexpecting fans.
I think even when you're expecting, trying to get out of the way one that fast is tough.
Yeah.
Hopefully she'll be okay.
Down and away. And he fouls it off his foot.
Kohler already with 82 pitches through 3 2/3. A lot of pitches.
Swing and a miss. He got it with a breaking ball. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kohler. But the Phils tack on one more. They do so on the home run by Cody Ashe. So 1 run, 2 hits in the inning. Here's Ashe's swing. It's number 10 on the year. Pretty good stroke. Into the upper deck in right field. Phillies have a 4-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Health is all we do. Call 1-800-JEFF now or visit jefferson.edu. And buy the Quality Plus Ford stores. Go further. Bottom of the 4th inning, Marcell Ozuna will lead it off. Phillies up 4-0. Fly ball right field, playable for Bogusevic. And as you like to say, Ben, useful.
Useful.
Well, D. Gordon in between innings went over to check on the lady as that ball from Odubel Herrera was smoked down the left field line, and it hit off the seat behind her and then caromed forward.
That's great to see. Good for D. Gordon.
Yeah. D. Gordon, of course, the son of Tom Gordon, the former Philly pitcher. And this Thursday here at Marlins Park, they will have a domestic violence night, and it's all because of D. Gordon that they are having it. D. lost his mom, Devona Strange, when he was a young boy, and lost her because of domestic violence. She was killed by her boyfriend, and that's when he went to live with his dad, Tom. And because of that, he does a number of things in this community. You know, he was originally with his mom in St. Petersburg. That's where she was killed, and then went and moved with his dad to the northern part of Tampa. And that's why he began the program called Flash of Hope, which is a program designed to help children who lost a parent to domestic violence. As that ball is blooped to right field. Anyway, that doesn't tell the story as to why he went over to check out the lady after the foul ball. But he does have, as he said, I have a good heart. I wasn't a very good kid, though, but I do have a good heart. And I think you see that with some of the things he's done in the community here in the Miami area.
That's good to see. You know, an athlete or anybody really standing up for a cause that they really believe in, putting themselves out there.
That one's fouled back just in front of us, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Bullpen action. Chris Narveson, the veteran left-hander.
Marlins are approaching the bottom of their lineup and looking for a pinch hitter in that 9 hole for Kohler.
One ball, 2 strikes, and it's low, 2-2. Ground ball to short, or to third, excuse me, on 1 hop. Ashe's got it to second for 1, over to first. In time, a 5-4-3 double play. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. Things are breaking the right way for the Phils here tonight. We'll go to the 5th. It's 4-0 Phillies. answer. All right, here's the question again, Ben. Which 3 defensive positions did Darren Daulton play besides catcher?
All right, Dutch, here we go. I'm going to say one I know for sure, first base.
First base is correct.
And I'm going to say
44 games, by the way.
I'm going to say left and right field.
Left and right field is correct. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Thank you, Glenn Davis, for playing along with Ben. Appreciate that.
That was all on my own. I went through the process of elimination. Scout's honor. Scout's honor.
Your Vulcan honor. A 1 pitch to Ruff. He fouls it back to the screen, and it's 0-2.
Darren got a hanger there to hit. Not wanting to show a lot of emotion, but he was visibly upset he missed that one.
Outside, way outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ruff. Ruff has struck out. He's also grounded out to shortstop. Ground ball to third. Waiting back on it is Solano. 1 away. Brian Bogusevic's coming up. He singled his last time up. Phillies Fantasy Camp is the sports experience where anything becomes possible from January 20th to the 24th of next year. Join a lineup of Phillies legends like Mike Schmidt, John Kruk, Greg Luzinski, Milt Thompson, and so many more. Take part in a 1-hour hitting clinic with Mike Schmidt. Create memories that last a lifetime. Book now at PhilliesFantasyCamp.com. Bogusevic is 1 for 2. Opposite way. Solano again, this time to his left. 2 away. Andres Blanco has walked twice. He has scored a run. Breaking ball, and it's 0-1.
5th inning. He always finds a way to get dirty.
Was that Andres?
Like pig pen.
Yeah. The pine tar kind of falls all over him.
The pine tar, but grass stains, dirt stains.
Way outside.
I wouldn't put it past him to roll in some of that chalk out there at some point tonight. Good ball player.
Opposite way out toward left center field. Yelich won't get it. He'll take it on a hop, and Blanco takes a big turn around first and then stops. So he is aboard with 2 men down. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Angels are shutting out the Astros 3-0. Mike Trout has hit a 2-run home run. Angels are 4.5 games out in the West. They're 3.5 behind the Astros. Indians at 74-74. They're playing very well.
Better player this year, Mike Trout, Bryce Harper.
This year?
Yeah.
Bryce Harper. Out toward left field. It's down toward the end of the bat. Playable for Dietrich. And the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left for the Phils. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 4-0 Phillies on top. By Citizens Bank. The Phillies Junior RBI League has been teaching kids how to play the game since 1989. Donate a baseball glove or two to the next generation of baseball greats at the Citizens Bank kiosk at Citizens Bank Park. At Citizens Bank, we want to help you bank better. So the next time you have a question about money, don't keep it to yourself. Ask a citizen. Bottom of the fifth inning, Phillies 4 and the Marlins nothing. Miguel Rojas will lead things off. First pitch is low. Line drive down the left field line, foul. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, this is a big outing for Aaron Harang. You want to finish on a good note. He's probably not going to be back with the Phillies next year. He's really struggled this season, but he hasn't picked up a victory, as we mentioned, for quite some time. In fact, July 30th against the Atlanta Braves was the first one, or was his last one. And he hasn't pitched badly here tonight.
I like his fastball command this evening. In, out, up, down, doubling up on fastballs. Really a good plane on that pitch tonight.
Chopper to shortstop, waiting for it is Galvis. And what away. Well, speaking of pitching, how many starts these guys have left remains to be seen. We know Adam Morgan is shut down for the rest of the year, but how about Aaron Nola? Murph, you got news on that?
We do indeed. Yeah, we told you Leslie Goodell was with us over the weekend, and she told us that Adam Morgan, they had decided they were going to shut him down because of the coming off of shoulder surgery over the last 2 seasons, working his way up to the major leagues. Well, then the question began, what about Aaron Nola? Well, that answer was that came today. Bob McClure and Pete Mackanin both sat down with Aaron Nola, and they decided that Nola is indeed going to make his next start, and then after that they're going to reassess. So he's going to go start by start. He really probably only has 2 starts left before the end of the season, but they're going to take each one at a time and decide after the next start whether or not Aaron Nola will make his final start. They just want to make sure that he's feeling good. He told them he felt great today. He felt like he could go on and pitch the rest of the season with no problems, but they're going to do it 1 game at a time, which is the way they do it nowadays this time of the year. So we'll see about Aaron Nola, but he will indeed make his next start.
Yeah, in fact, Adam Morgan felt like he could go again.
Yeah.
Even if it was 5 or 6 innings, but felt like he could go again. But we've been going through this for the last month or so. We kind of expected that there would be situations like this where guys would be shut down at certain points.
And Tom, I talked with Scott Profrock today, who said that if indeed they do shut down Aaron Nola and he does not make his final start, nice play right there by Cody Ashley, they'll do it a virtual bullpen game near the end of the season. They'll just use guys from the pen.
All right, Murph, we appreciate that. Nice play by Cody Ashley to take care of the speedy D. Gordon. We've completed 5 innings. Aaron Harang, a smile on his face because he has a 4-0 lead as we go to the 6th. Aaron Nola, Adam Morgan, and Jared Eichhoff have all arrived on the big stage and have arrived ready to make a case for staying at the major league level. With bumps in the road and a learning curve for any young prospect, this quartet has made adjustments and found success against opposing lineups since their major league debuts. The future of the rotation is bright, and it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, the future of the rotation is seemingly bright, and then you add in the guys that are currently down in the minor leagues that are projecting to get better and moving up a level over the next year or so. Out of all those guys, I would think, I mean, we're in agreement that Nola's probably, in our eyes, got the biggest upside, at least right now. I think the guy next to Nola, Jared Eichhoff, I've been so impressed with him and what he's been able to do in his last handful of starts and really throughout his first few starts here in Philadelphia.
I've been very impressed with both of them. And I think stuff-wise, I think they both have major league stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They've only grown in confidence on how to pitch at the big league level, and I like what I see.
Now, for all of them going into the offseason, what would you like to see them do? Is there a pitch you want them to add, you think?
I think both of them to be a little bit more effective. I'd like to see them work on their changeups. I think that's definitely a pitch that they could utilize a bit more if they have a little bit more confidence in it and feel it gets to that point where it can be an out pitch for them, especially the lefties.
Chris Narveson, speaking of a changeup, is the new pitcher for the Marlins, and he just struck out Cody Ashe to start the 6th inning. Narveson, 11th ball game, 2-1, a 5.40 ERA. And here's Aaron Harang.
Well, I'd like to take this time, along with Tom McCarthy, to wish our very own Greg Murphy a very, very, very happy birthday. So, Murph, happy birthday.
Yeah, today is Murph's birthday. Today's Murph's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Murph shares a birthday with Tommy Lasorda, Philadelphia guy, and the great Dan Baker.
Yeah, that's right. I did not know I shared a birthday with Dan Baker.
Well, see, here you go.
I am honored to share a birthday with
Dan
Baker.
Now, from here on out, you need to celebrate every one of your anniversaries / birthdays with Dan Baker.
That would be fine with me.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Dan Baker's.
Chopper over to left side. Big hop for Donovan Solano. And there are 2 outs.
Some great men there, T-Mac. Some great men.
You mean Lasorda and Baker?
Did I set you up too well for that one? Was that a layup?
That was a softball if I've ever heard of one.
Well, happy birthday, Murph.
Thank you. Good to be 32 again.
Happy 48th birthday.
Slancha, Murph. Slancha.
Easy now. Slancha to you.
Two men down. Freddie Galvis is coming up. Galvis is 2 for 3. So we get a miss, and it's 0-1. No balls at 2 strikes. Down and away. Off the end of the bat, up the third base line. This will be a tough play. Narveson will not have a play. And Galvis is aboard. That'll be his 3rd hit of the night.
Thing of beauty. Just notice Freddie didn't go with that ultra wide open stance where his left foot is basically on the outside part of the batter's box. He was more squared away to the pitcher. Usually has that front leg, that left leg way out. You see him just pick that foot up and put it right down. Ball just hit into no man's land. Narveson, good idea not to throw it to first.
Quick toss over, and Galvis is back saying, I mean, this is a good night for Freddie. We talked about being at 260 or better. He's at 264. And it's 1 ball and no strikes.
Very happy for him. 3 hits in the first 6 innings.
Swing and a miss. 1-1 to Aaron Altair. Whoop. Chris Narveson nearly sailed that throw right past Justin Bour.
It's a tough target to miss over there. He is a big man.
Wasn't even their starting first baseman at the beginning of the year.
He's got 18 home runs.
In the dirt, and it's 2-1. You can see where Narveson's thinking, though. It wouldn't be a bad idea for Galvis to take off.
That last time he came home, I thought he was going to first, so he fooled me.
Pretty close. Pretty close.
Some guys just have a knack for reading lefties.
Outside, 3-1. See if Alec gets, if Aaron Altair gets something good here. With Odubel on deck. And there's ball 4. That puts runners on first and second with 2 men down. Keep up with the pennant races in true HD quality with MLB.TV Premium. Watch every out-of-market game live or on demand. More than 400 supported devices. Real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking widget, and more. Visit MLB.TV today. Odubel tonight is 0 for 2. Trying to pick up a hit here. The Phils 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Broke his bat. It's going to be a tough play, though, for Solano if it stays fair, and it goes foul. So it's 1-2. Now the Toyota Major League scoreboard. White Sox and Tigers are scoreless in the bottom of the 7th inning. And there's a combination no-hitter going on for the Detroit Tigers. Norris, Farmer, and Kroll. Ian Kroll, the former national pitcher. They have held the White Sox hitless through the first 7. Keep an eye on that.
Odubel got himself a new weapon.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Strikes him out to wrap up this 6th inning. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left, middle of the 6th. Aaron Harang has a 4-0 lead. We'll be back after this. Local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. By Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. And by Chevrolet. Visit your local dealer at ChevyDealer.com. Hello, Ben Davis and Greg Murphy. I'm Tom McCarthy. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's the Phillies 4 and the Marlins nothing. Donovan Solano leads it off, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Solano does have a base hit tonight. In fact, he has 2. Last time that Aaron Harang went 6 innings in a game was on the 27th of August against the Mets. So this would be the first time in 4 starts if he can get through this 6th with a rather comfortable pitch count. Phillies pitchers have done quite well on these on this road trip. Obviously, they allowed 2 runs on Friday, 2 runs on Saturday, and 2 on Sunday. And nothing here tonight so far.
It's called moving some feet.
Tried a breaking ball, and it's 2-2. Fly ball center field. Odubel on the run, and he'll get there. 1 out. Tomorrow night, Michael Barkan has a lot to talk about with the Eagles expert Ray Dittinger. Start your night with Phillies Sports Talk tomorrow night at 5 right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Next up for the Eagles, the New York Jets. Jets looked really good last night against the Indianapolis Colts. Here's Christian Yelich, who's 0 for 1. Breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Popped him up. Will it stay in play? Nope.
All right, Ryan Howard fan got the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we like to see.
Yeah, he was fortunate that the lady who was next to him, not the lady in the red Phillies hat, but the lady next to him, she really didn't put an effort. The young guy there didn't really put an effort into getting that baseball. I thought the lady in the gray was next to him as well. Optical illusion. No balls and 2 strikes to Yelich. Outside, 1-2. Got him. A breaking ball, and Yelich is struck out. 2 outs. Let's check in with Greg Murphy, who has a photo to show us. Murph?
I do, Tom. As promised earlier in the game, we have selected the Data Strong fan photo of the game, and it comes from Rachel616, and she says, we're enjoying some ice cream while cheering on the Phillies. It certainly looks like he is. Tweet your strongest fan photo to hashtag Philly Photo Data Strong Fan. You just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast, all brought to you by T-Mobile.
He does look happy with that ice cream.
Ice cream and a helmet. You can't go wrong.
No, you can't.
Murph, did you have ice cream for your birthday?
I did not have ice cream yet for my birthday. Oh, actually, I did have ice cream today. What am I getting? Yeah, I did.
See, you are getting older. You're kind of forgetting things.
How quickly they forget.
Oh, yeah. I might have some more then.
2 balls and no strikes. We'll remind you that you had it already.
Please do.
2-0 pitch coming to Justin Bour.
Murph did say he treated himself to a couple button downs today. That was a gift to himself.
Yes, he did.
That's right. That's exactly what I did. I called Mom and Dad and thanked them, as I do on every birthday.
He forgot he had ice cream.
It happens.
Inside, 3-0 to Bour.
It was just about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago.
Fastball, and it's 3-1. Big curveball. That was the slowest curve of the night. Throw it again.
3-1 breaking ball.
Oh,
he crossed up Kratzy too.
He did. Cross him up again. Off the hand, shallow center field. Odubel ventures in and makes the catch. 6 scoreless innings for Aaron Harang. He's retired 7 straight hitters. We'll go to the 7th inning. Phillies up 4-0. 4-0 Phillies as we go to the top of the 7th inning. Freddie Galvis has 3 hits and 2 RBIs. I think the real story tonight, though, is Aaron Harang, 6 innings and 5 hits. This is as effective as we've seen him in quite some time.
Really, the only inning he got into trouble was that 3rd inning, where he got the ever elusive 2-3 double play. Ball that went about 1.5 feet, 2 feet in front of home plate.
Ever elusive 2-3 double play. Well, you were a catcher. I mean, you never had a 2-3 double play?
I don't think I did.
Darren Ruff takes a strike. It's 0-1.
I might be able to count on one hand the 1-2-3 double play.
Well,
bases loaded.
As of now, that could be the play of the night, the way it's going.
Could be.
Darren Ruff sends one in the air to left center field. It's deep. Yelich going back. It is gone. A home run for Darren Ruff. Just over the scoreboard in left center field. And for Darren, that is his 9th home run of the year. It's 5-0 Phillies.
I think that had some upsettedness, for lack of better term, on that swing. What is it about lefties? He loves lefties. Supposed to be a cutter in on Darren Ruff, and he just puts the hammer down out to left center. Good swing.
So Ruff and Ashe both have gone yard tonight. Darren playing for Ryan Howard, who you see there. Ryan is still nursing that sore knee. Pete Mackanin said today that Ryan will be back when Ryan can get out there and take some swings and take some ground balls and not feel any of that soreness. But until that time, Darren's going to be playing first base, at least for the most part. 1-2 to Bogusevic. That one's down the left field line, slicing, foul.
It's hard to tell from our vantage point whether that did go out or Yelich caught it from the glare off that scoreboard.
Yeah, and the replay showed it was out by a couple feet.
It was. You can see right out in this vicinity here. It was tough to see. A lot of colors out there, Tom.
Very pretty.
A lot of colors. I'm partial to the flamingos there in the middle.
The outside corner, and Bogusevic strikes out looking. 3rd strikeout for Narvason, and Andres Blanco is due up.
Good aggressive swing there by Andres. First pitch heater out over the plate.
Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Blanco's base hit is his average up to 297. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out. Back-to-back strikeouts for the 2nd out. Phillies Wives Cookbook is still available by going to the Majestic Clubhouse store, Phillies.com, or calling 877-GO-PHILS. It's $19.99. It's called From Our Home to Yours, a collection of Phillies recipes. The proceeds benefit Phillies charities. You can get it now. You can get it as the season comes to a close. Down and away, and it's 1-0. Line drive caught behind second base by D. Gordon. Phillies are retired here in the 7th inning. But a home run by Darren Ruff has extended the lead to 5. It's 5-0 Phillies. Home run number 9 for Darren comes against a left-hander. Time to stretch here in Miami. Phillies lead at 5-0. Seventh inning, Marcell Ozuna will lead it off against Aaron Harang, and Harang delivers just below the knees. It's not a bad pitch right there. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Ozuna is 1 for 2. 5 hits scattered by Aaron Harang. Out to right field. Bogusevic on the run, sprinting toward the line. What a way. Every time the Phillies pitchers retire, the opposition 1-2-3. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. Only 2 1-2-3 innings for Aaron Harang, but they've come in the last 2 innings. It's a good sign.
Very stress-free thus far. Tom, I stood up in the 7th inning to the
stretch.
7th inning stretch, and I got a Charlie horse in each hamstring. Is that good?
So that's why you're supposed to stretch, though. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
They were good ones too. I mean,
the stretches?
No, the Charlie horses.
I was going to say the stretches didn't look like anything that exciting. In the dirt, 2-1. Not that I or Murph could touch our toes at this point, whereas you can.
Sitting down and touching your toes doesn't count, Tom.
2-2 pitch. Ground ball foul. Two balls, 2 strikes. And now 3-2 to Dietrich. Around baseball, the Nationals and the Mets are both involved in 4-1 ball games. Atlanta leads the Mets 4-1, and Baltimore leads Washington 4-1. So if those scores remain, the magic number will be cut down by 1 for the Mets. That one's lined toward right center field. Odubel Herrera will try to cut it off before it gets to the track, but he won't get there. It's to the wall, and Dietrich's on his way to third. And he will get there. Stand-up triple, his third triple of the year.
He can really motor.
Yeah, he got a good jump out of the box and just kept on rolling.
I would say that 97% of all big leaguers get a triple in this ballpark on that ball. But he was really motoring. Watch him get around the bases here. Good angles. That ball kind of kicks under there, but very good angles on the bases. Hits each bag in stride.
So Dietrich's at third. The Phils will concede the run. They just want some outs here. They have one man down. JT Realmuto is 1 for 2. Hit into a double play his last time up. And the dirt blocked by Kratz. 1 ball, no strikes. By the way, the Tigers no-hitter, combined no-hitters through 8 innings. It's now up to 4 pitchers who have combined to throw a no-hitter against the White Sox. Fly ball, shallow center field. Dietrich will tag. Odubel comes running in. He makes the catch, not in position to throw, but still gets a throw off. And Dietrich remains at third base. 2 away. Bowen and Gomez warming up in the pen.
It'd be nice for Aaron Harang to finish this inning off with a shutout intact. He's deserved it with the way he's thrown this evening.
Rojas has grounded out twice, and he rips it foul. And it's 0-1. Lazo, the lefty, is warming up in the pen for the Marlins. Fly ball left field. Altair going back toward the fence. He'll jump, and it's gone. A 2-run home run for Rojas. And the lead all of a sudden is down to 3. It's a 5-2 ball game. Second career home run for Rojas.
Pitch is supposed to be in. I think Rojas was looking in there because that's not that bad a pitch. Aaron Altair be minute bowl to rob one here with that tall fence.
Here's Casey McGee to pinch hit. And McGee takes low, 1-0. Casey McGee hitting 196. Ground ball to third. Cody Ashley stays with it. Side is retired. 7 innings of work tonight for Aaron Harang. His evening is most likely done. He allows a 2-run home run here in the 7th. But as we go to the 8th, the Phillies still lead it by 3. When you buy right and buy Toyota. Where will Toyota take you? Visit buyatoyota.com today to find out. Toyota, let's go places. Top of the 8th inning. Phillies lead it 5-2. Time now for our Hyundai defensive plays of the game.
Defensive plays of the game. Andres Blanco laying out on a ball. Getting up, spinning, and throwing a strike to Darren Ruff at first base to end the inning. And that is your Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
I was anticipating a couple of plays, but
you led me down the wrong path.
It's my fault. Jeff Haugman, our producer, said there would be 2 looks at the Blanco play. And I thought it was plays. But it was well worth the 2 looks. Raudel Lazo is the new pitcher for the Marlins. As he will face Cody Ashe, who has homered tonight. He has singled. He scored a couple of runs. Bunts foul over the Marlins dugout. Lazo's from Cuba. He defected in 2011 and then signed with the Marlins. One ball, 1 strike to Ashe. Outside, 2-1. Another Cuban defector. Dayer Hinojosa is loosening up in the pen for the Phillies. Aaron Harang is most likely done. Jeff Francoeur has come out in the on-deck circle to pinch hit. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ashe. And he whacks that one deep down the right field line. It is gone! Just inside the foul pole. Cody Ashe with his 2nd solo home run of the night. He now has 11. And it's 6-2, Phillies on top.
How quick can you be inside? Again, the effort level down, the bat speed up. Not only does he get to this pitch, it's a breaking ball, but it really backs up. Not only does he get to that ball that's inside, but he keeps it fair, meaning his swing was on the right path.
That was fair by a pretty good amount.
Yes, it was.
Jeff Francoeur takes high. That means we have a winner on our McDonald's home run jackpot. With all the home runs we have tonight, we're giving out $300. The first ever 2 home run game for Ashe. 2-0 to Jeff Francoeur, pinch hitting. Ashe's homered twice, and Darren Ruff's homered once.
Congrats, Allison.
Swing and a miss. It's 2-1 to Francoeur. Jeffrey has had a solid year as a pinch hitter. Cody talking to Dusty Wathan, who is the Phillies AA manager, up here for the rest of the season. Francoeur strikes out, 1 away. And here's Galvis to bat right-handed. Time now for the Major League Notebook. Murph, take it away.
All right, thanks, Don. Brought to you by St. Joseph's University and the Kansas City Royals. Well, they're headed to the postseason, and they will do it with a new closer. Ned Yost, their manager, told reporters today that right-hander Wade Davis is going to take over for Greg Holland. Holland has blown 5 saves this year, and he's also dealing with a little bit of a sore elbow. Of course, Kansas City 11 games up in the AL Central, but changing closers as they head to the postseason. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays, another team that is vying for a postseason spot, waiting to get good news on Troy Tulowitzki. He did take some ground balls today, and he played catch today, working his way back from that cracked shoulder blade that he has. But at this point, he cannot resume baseball activities, they said. They're still waiting and hoping that maybe he'll be back before the end of the regular season, and certainly hopeful that he'll be back for the postseason. But right now, no timetable on when he can start swinging a bat and doing regular baseball activities, although he is moving in the right direction, guys.
Yeah, they have enough firepower offensively to probably overcome his injury. I mean, they really do. I think defensively is where John Gibbons is hoping to get him back as they move closer to a trip to the postseason.
Tulo's such a big part of that defense. He's a big bodied shortstop, but he can cover a lot of ground.
That is a shame about Holland, although Ned Yost did keep it open. If he comes back healthy from this elbow injury, that he could come back as the closer, and then Davis being the setup guy. But right now, I mean, Davis is going to do fine as the closer.
Oh, yeah.
It just totally restructures their bullpen, which has been really one of their big strengths over the last couple of years.
Or Wade would come in ball games last year throughout that playoff run, and I'm thinking, this is the 8th inning guy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said, Ned Yost said that the role for Holland while he's battling this soreness, it's undefined. So it's going to have to be day to day. He said one day he's fine, the next day he's got a sore elbow. He said, we just can't go with that. I mean, you would think that they're the odds-on favorite to a certain extent to get back to the World Series in the American League, but if their bullpen's not the same, that's a tough one to overcome. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Altair, and that just missed outside. Ball 4.
I guess you could say the favorites, but this Texas team is hot, and the lineup for the Blue Jays scares anybody.
Oh, by the way, Tyler Saladino, his base hit has ended the combined no-hit bid for the Detroit Tigers.
So if that game started,
Mm-hmm.
is it 2 hours into that ball game? It's Central Time, so it's 8:30. If they started,
an hour and a half, right?
It would be, right?
Outside, 1-1.
Where's Detroit Eastern Time?
Now you got me confused.
It is Eastern Time.
I was buying into it. I wasn't sure.
I just assumed it was Central Time.
1-2 to Odubel Herrera.
How's my geography right now?
Well, I was buying into it, so I can't say anything. You said it, and I'm sitting there thinking, I watched the game yesterday, and it started at...
I just assumed it was because I remember playing for the White Sox. We were Central Time. Right?
Oh, man.
Guess that's not the Central Time either.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Odubel. Ground ball back toward the middle, and that will leak into center field. A base hit. Altair on his way to third, and he will get there.
It's going to make him feel good.
First and third with 2 men down.
It wasn't the prettiest hit, but if anybody needed one, it was Odubel.
Well, here comes Dan Jennings out to make a pitching change for the Marlins with 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. Darren Ruff is due up, and they do not want a lefty to face Darren Ruff in this spot. So we'll be back in the East here in South Florida in just a moment with a new pitcher for the Miami Marlins. brewed Coors Lights. Phillies managers who have played, coached, and then managed for the Phils. Pete Maccannon's one of those guys. Larry Boa, Gary Varsho, Ryan Sandberg, and Maccannon, the last four. John Vukovic is on that list. Pete today officially named the manager of the Phillies moving forward. 53rd skipper. Darren Ruff will be the batter. Rienzo, the right-hander, is the new pitcher. Darren homered his last time up. He's 1 for 4. Numbers for Andre Rienzo: no wins, no losses, a 3 ERA. That one's hit high in the air to left field. Charging it is Dietrich. It'll make the catch. Side is retired. The Phillies do get a run on a home run by Cody Ashe. They leave 2. Middle of the 8th, 6-2. Phillies on top. Fan Appreciation Day will be Sunday, October 4th, when the Phillies take on the Miami Marlins. It's a 3:05 first pitch. A 2016 Phillies schedule magnet will be given out to all fans coming to the ballpark. There'll be plenty of surprises throughout the course of the game, some giveaways. It's always a sad day saying goodbye to the baseball season, but a lot of times folks will walk away with some pretty cool items. Dyer Hinojosa will take over for Aaron Harang. 7 strong innings tonight for Harang. And Dyer will face D. Gordon to start things off. Numbers for Dyer: 1-0, 1.13 ERA. Upstairs with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. That's a liner out toward left field, and Altair will make the catch. We have a great view of that particular play and really all outfield plays where we are up here in the press box. And that was a pretty comfortable trek, as you see Dunn and Brian Morris warming up for the Marlins.
Hey, Aaron saw that ball right off the bat by D. Gordon and really made that play very easily. Good route taker. He gets good jumps on balls, especially on line drives. I think his first instinct is usually the right one.
Pass ball to Donovan Solano is in there, 0-1.
Dyer threw a couple really good innings in Atlanta.
Line drive down the right field line. Bogusevic will cut it off. Solano's aboard. Good play by Brian Bogusevic. Solano's third hit of the night. Brian's a pretty good defensive outfielder. He also could play a little first base. He was wandering around today with his first baseman's mitt.
With the Marlins AAA ball club last year.
And now Yelich. Yelich is 0 for 2 with a walk. Over to third on one hop. That ball was spinning pretty good. This will be the third double play of the night for the Phillies defense. Sidage retired. No runs, one hit, and nobody left. Well, Cody Ashe has had a very active night offensively and defensively. It's a great value for families. There's one more day left for the Philly Family Packs. It's October 3rd. Order your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. 6 home games left. That is it. And after tonight, just 5 on the road. Phillies will be in D.C. this weekend. Brian Bogusevic takes the first pitch for a strike. Oh, and 2. Bogusevic did not hold up on that one. Ken Giles warming in the bullpen. Man's got to get some work. Andre Rienzo is from Brazil. He was originally the property of the Chicago White Sox. White Sox traded him to the Marlins. While growing up in Brazil, he said that he had a pitching coach, a Cuban pitching coach, that taught him how to throw his fastball and have command of it, but also his secondary pitches. Marlins got him from the Chicago White Sox organization after he was suspended for 50 games. For using steroids. He'll face Andres Blanco. First pitch is low, 1-0.
Didn't know the All-Star game was here in 2017.
2017.
Next year it will be at Petco Park in San Diego.
Yeah, they have 2 or 3 straight National League cities.
That's cool.
Hosting the All-Star game. Three balls, no strikes, and that one is at the knees on the outside corner. It's 3-1. Three balls, 2 strikes.
Good swing. Andre shaking his head. Man, I should have done some damage with that one.
That one's pulled sharply, backhanded by a sweeping D. Gordon. There are 2 outs. Gordon has made only 4 errors this year. He and the normal shortstop, Adeiny Echeverria, have combined for only 13 for the season. It's a very good double play combination.
It's a very good double play combination. D. Gordon making that switch from shortstop. He originally came up with the Dodgers at shortstop, making the transition to second. Those 2 up the middle. Murph was telling me earlier today, he said, "Hey Ben, I saw a cool shirt." D. Gordon had it on. He said 6-4-3 with the @ sign and the equals. You know, it's like you look at it grade school. 6 + 4 + 3 = 2. Pretty cool.
Inside it, it's 2-0. Well, there's a lot of talk about the Gold Glove. D. Gordon has started to play himself into being a Gold Glove caliber second baseman. Now Echeverria, who's made just 9 errors at shortstop, he's been down with an injury. He probably is not going to win the Gold Glove, although he's a very good chance he'll finish second in the voting. Andrelton Simmons has far more chances, far more assists, far more putouts, and less errors, and is the reigning Gold Glover over at shortstop. There will be a time, though, that Echeverria is going to slide past him at least once or twice and win a Gold Glove in the National League. 3-1, Eric Kratz.
Plus, Echeverria can do a little bit more with the stick as well.
At this point, absolutely.
He's a very gifted young man.
Three balls and 2 strikes to Kratz.
I know what Kratz is looking for there. 3-1. Oh, got a big one left.
It'll be out of play.
Cody Ashley's thinking, find a way to get me up there. If you're 0 for 4, you're on deck right here. Like, might be able to go without another AB.
I looked in the pen to see if Mike Dunn was throwing just in case Ashley got up. He is not.
It'd be cool if I could.
Why not?
3? That's
Why
pretty
not?
cool.
Out to center field. He will not get a chance here in the top of the 9th inning. Yelich puts it away. Phillies go down in order. And they go down 1-2-3 for the first time tonight. Kenny Giles with a 4-run lead. Looks like he's coming in the bottom of the 9th inning to finish things off. week on tonight's series opener against the Marlins, only on Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies Post-Game Live. Be nice to talk about a Phillies victory if they can finish this one off. Facing a Marlins team that is 12-7 in the month of September. Phillies have not had a very good month of September. They've lost 6 straight. They've lost 20 of 26 games. You know, the Phillies left Miami last time. They had a very good series. They were 21-12 since the All-Star break. But since that time, they've lost 20 of 26. Here's Ken Giles, a 1.43 ERA. And the first guy he'll face is Justin Bour. First pitch way outside. Aaron Harang started. He went the first 7 innings tonight. He allowed 7 hits and 2 runs. Tomorrow night we'll be back here for game number 2 between the Phils and the Marlins. And you know, I forgot to mention this before, but we will tomorrow have the fans' plays of the year. They were preempted tonight because of Pete Maccannon's new job, which is his old job. Andres Blanco makes a nice backhanded stab.
Way to go, Pete. Nice play by Whitey. Ranging to his right. Decided he'd get a little bit dirtier before the night ends.
Here's Marcell Ozuna. Out toward left field, Aaron Altair will settle under it. The ball was toward the end of the bat of Marcell Ozuna. Yeah, they're 2 away, and Ken Giles is trying to finish this one off. He's gotten 6 pitches so far, and he's retired 2 batters. With all the stuff going on with the Phillies, I mean, the fact that they could be a 100-loss team. This guy has had himself just one spectacular year as now the Phillies closer.
He has. He's handled it well, taking on this new role as the closer, and I think has made the transition very seamless.
Down the left field line. Well, he's going to get out of this with 7 pitches as Aaron Altair makes the catch, and the ball game is over, and the Phils have finished off their 6-game losing streak. They win it tonight by a final score of 6-2. Cody Asche and Darren Ruff provided some of the pop tonight. Asche with 2 home runs, Ruff with a solo home run. And Pete Mackanin, he's won before, but today it's a new day. Officially named the manager of the Phils, and the benefit and reward is a victory by his ball club here this evening. 6-2 the final score. W.B. Mason deliveries of